What if lingerie wasn't about who sees it, but how it makes you feel? T-Duke invites you to step into your power, to slip into something that doesn't hide you, it highlights you. Lingerie isn't just lace and straps, it's confidence you can feel against your skin. It's permission to embrace your body, your desire, your charm. T-Duke believes confidence starts from within. With their signature message, "You are the origin of the charm," lingerie becomes armor, not to protect you from the world, but to help you show up unapologetically in it. This Valentine's season, we're celebrating self expression, intimacy, and the bold magic that happens when you dress for yourself. Try on T Duke's Valentine's Day special, the Leora set. Share your glow on social media and tag at T Duke Official to co create the moment. Because sexy isn't something you perform, it's something you own. T Duke, wear your confidence.
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.
Switch me on and let's switch it up. Hey there, slutties, and welcome to another episode of the Suburban Slut Podcast. Your home for the kinkery, for the sluttery, for the fuckery. Oh, it's so buttery. And everything in between. I am your fantastic host, Sammy Switch, and what's going on? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the neighborhood. It is a very, very special episode tonight, but it is also the 1 year official anniversary, folks. 1 year in, and I'd like to say the audio finally got better, the content got hotter, and the guests have become bigger than ever. And for this very, very special episode, you are in for the biggest treat of all time. You have no idea. Oh, I've done so much to get ready for this night, and it's going to be so much fun. Tonight, we are welcoming a world-renowned expert in the field of sex, in the field of tech, in the field of personality, in the field of an amazing interviewer, the likes no one has ever seen. It is my humblest pleasure tonight, everyone, to welcome Susan Bratton to the show. That is right, sexpert to millions, the orgasmonaut. You're going to hear everything in her intro later today, but oh my God, it literally was probably the best interview we've ever done for the show. Not slut shaming or anything else, but the personality, the professionalism, the information, just everything. I was not ready for Susan at all. And they gave me space and time whilst on their trip out of country to do the interview. And we're just going to get the spoiler out of the way. We got absolutely lost in conversation. I was spellbound by her charisma. And at the end of the interview, I forgot to hit record. And so what had happened was the AI was recording for transcription purposes of the episode, and I thought I was recording audio on my end, and it wasn't. So I had a huge panic attack. I was flipping out. I was like, oh my God, Susan, I don't know what to do. We had this interview that just could not be done again. It could not be copied, imitated, just everything we had talked about and the flow and the energy. And I was like, is there any chance you might have a copy on your end? Like, did it possibly record the audio? And she said, I'll look at it. Don't worry. If anything, we just do it again. Reach out to my people. We'll schedule another interview. It's not a big deal. That's how amazing Susan is. She was just going to be like, fuck it. We'll just do it again. That's okay. No big deal. Luckily, though, Susan did have the audio. Luckily, I was able to receive it, and luckily, my darlings, you're going to hear such a good interview, so please stay tuned for that. You literally have no idea how excited I am for you guys to have this interview. And also, we talk about Lovens, who is an official partner of Susan Bratton, who is an official sponsor, and just an officially badass company. Upcoming shortly, we're going to have a review of one of their products, so please stay tuned for that. It's going to have video, it's going to have audio, it's going to be a really fantastic episode, but that one's not in the can yet, so we'll be coming down the line, so please keep an eye out for that. All right, so where can you support the show? Where can you find more Slutitude? Where can you find more Sammy? Well, let's just jump right into that. Okay, I'm aware I say jump into a lot, so I'm going to try and work on that. That's going to be my New Year's Slutolution, is to cut down on saying let's jump right in. Or let's jump into that. We should just jump right into it. I'm sorry, I did it again. Shit, sorry. Okay, so plugs, how can you support the show and grow the neighborhood? We'll step into our parlor and I'm going to tell you. Patreon, of course, for just $5 a month. You'll get exclusive content like Sammy's Side Quest, ad-free episodes, and early access to episodes and access to chat directly with other slutties. And again, for $5 a month, I mean, that's maybe a Starbucks coffee. That's a $5 biggie bag from Wendy's. Wendy's, if you want to sponsor us, hey, we'll tag you. I mean, it would be a hell of a combination. Just like their combo number 2. See, we'll work on that. But yes, patreon.com, Suburban Slut Podcast. Head over there. $5 a month. Direct access. You get a key to the penthouse, folks, for just $5 a month. You can always come flirt with us on Instagram at Suburban Slut Podcast, on X/Twitter at Suburban Slut Pod, where you'll find also our link tree with everything from special promotions, special discounts, product links. I mean, everywhere. And if you want to support the show, it's on there as well. So link tree through those bios. And of course, on Instagram and Twitter/X. We should just go back to calling it Twitter, people. I mean, no one calls it X. Let's just go back to Twitter. Come on. The Bluebird Special. You can also find me on FetLife as Sammy Switch, one word, for a much more X-rated view of me and much more X-rated content. Well, stuff we normally can't share other places. So that's a really good place to go, especially if you're into the kink BDSM lifestyle. I give you full consent to find me there. Remember, FetLife is very kinky, very friendly, very BDSM focused. So if that's not your jam, that might not be your jam. But if it is, if it is, you probably already know about it. So let's just be honest here. You can also find me on Facebook as Sammy Switch in the podcast page, Suburban Slut Podcast, with, this was also a nice surprise for our happy anniversary. We're going to be doing live soon. Never done that before. Really looking forward to it. So that's going to be upcoming. I think we need a few more followers. So Suburban Slut Podcast, it's the podcast page on Facebook. Give it a like, give it a follow, and pretty soon we'll be having that content coming out to you. So stay tuned. And of course, wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. I know we are still working on getting on the Adult Swinger Network. So that's in process. It's going to be coming soon. I'm working with them to get the show live on there. But in the meantime, of course, wherever you download podcasts, you can find the Suburban Slut Podcast. Pinky promise. Just look us up. But most importantly, I want to hear from you. I love getting emails with questions, with comments. If you want to play games back with us, or if you want to make up a game, I think that's something we should start doing. If you want to make up, a would you rather, if you want to make up a question game, whatever you want, I will absolutely play it with you, full consent, and I'll share it on the radio. So please send questions, comments, games, whatever you want to suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. Nice and simple. Luckily, when I started the show, it was very easy to get that name branded everywhere. So, because I know a lot of shows have to do like completely different and hard to find social tags. And we were blessed enough by the slutty saints of slutitude to be able to get most of our branding done and have it be the same. So very thankful, very happy for that. No sponsors. So when it comes to sponsors, these are companies and brands that we work with, that we have ties with, that support the show, that give us special access, that give us shout outs, everything. So right off the bat, of course, Exotica Chicago. We are, holy shit, by the time this episode drops, we're going to be less than 60 days away. So make sure to go and get your tickets at exoticaexpo.com. Also at exoticaexpo.com, you can get hotel information, you can get event details, you can get tickets, you can get add-ons. And I think the biggest thing you can do on there is you can go on and see who will be appearing at the Chicago Exotica. Exotica was kind enough to give us media access this year. So last year we also had media access. Life happened and we were not able to go. This year, the Suburban Slut Podcast will be at all 3 days of Exotica. We will be dressed to the nines. We will have a hotel. We will be on site. And of course, we want to hear from you. So absolutely, if you see us on the floor, like, come up and let's ask a few questions. Let's play a few games. By all means, let's fucking go. And a lot of the upcoming creator crushes are also appearing at Exotica. So we're going to make sure to brand those episodes specifically. So this way, if you go to Chicago Exotica, you can be like, oh my God, there's Sammy Switch. Oh my God, there's Mercy Muse. Holy shit. There's so many people. I need to start working on a list of it. I'm going to make that probably for the next episode. So stay tuned. Of course, we love to get shout outs to people that are attending the event. It is sponsored by Bad Dragon, one of the OGs, one of the biggest creators of creature, probably the first creators, I do believe so. Fight me if not. Bad Dragon's been around for many years, and they've been the first ones to really be so hugely successful with creature cocks, with monster dildos, everything you can think of. They are the trailblazers. So the Exotica is always sponsored by them. So come for the stars. Literally, they may ask you to, but stay for the panels and play in the interactive dungeon. Chicago Exotica is April 10th through 12th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. And again, one more time, we will be on hand all 3 days. I'm going to have a microphone. I'm going to be recording. And also to content creators listening to the show, please come on the episode for a Creator Crush Exotica exclusive interview. We're going to be doing interviews over the phone, over Zoom until the event. And if you're at the event and want to stop over at the Slut Stop, which is going to be the Suburban Slut Podcast hotel room. Yes, we're naming it the Slut Stop. Well, what else would we name it? Stop on by and we can do a face-to-face interview. I'm getting the equipment ready. I'm getting everything. I'm so fucking excited. You guys have no idea. Okay. Girls, guys, theys, thems. Need to move on. All right. Also, Boys Town West. That's a lovely party hosted by Miss Lisa from friendsnightout.com is where you can go to get tickets. Their next party is going to be on April 3rd. And of course, I was at the inaugural party. I was working the door. I was working over some guests. And I had a hell of an icebreaker game, which I've been told went over really well. And some amazing play did happen. But you might have to wait until our Valentine's Day episode for that one. We're going to review Boys Town West, how the first party went with. And I have some very, very special guests that were also at that event. Lovely, lovely people who go by one of my favorite monikers ever, Jeff and Susie. Pretty good names for people in the lifestyle who want to, keep their privacy safe. People always make up names or taglines or handles. Jeff and Susie, right away, I'm like, that's from Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? I was like, fuck. So amazing. So awesome. So stay tuned for that episode that's coming up. We also have T-Duke, which you heard their ad before the show by the lovely Moonshine models. Moonshine is up and coming by means, and I'm by all means. Ugh. See, whenever I talk about Moonshine, I can't even think straight. They're so adorable. They're so amazing. So, T-Duke, that's T-I-D-O-U-K on Instagram. That's where you can go see their lovely lingerie set, hosted by some of your favorite neighborhood slutties from the show, because they're going to be upcoming. So more content creators are also working with T-Duke and with the Suburban Slut Podcast. So much more still to come. Loveents. That's right. Loveents. The best vibes you can get in and out of the bed. What's better than sneaky vibes making you quiver and squirm? It's Loveents. And thank you to Love Ants. Thank you to the Suburban Sud podcast. I'm able to give you $10 off your purchase at Love Ants. That's right. $10 off whether you want to get a wand, whether you want to get an anal toy, whether you want to get a vaginal toy. Go to loveants.com, but that's where you do your window shopping. Once you find the item you want, please go to my link tree in Instagram or Twitter/X. And I have the exclusive link there for you to click and get $10 off your first purchase. You can't beat that with a stick. You can't beat that with a magic wand, people. $10 is $10. So thank you again, Love Ents, for the opportunity. Thank you, Love Ents, for the help, the support, everything. Such a great company to work with. And of course, Steamworks Chicago. Their interview will be upcoming shortly. Right now, they are working on a very, very special promotion, very, very special for the rest of the year. When we have them on, it's going to be an amazing interview because there's a lot of work Steamworks does behind the scene for the community, for the local area here in Chicago. They do so much giving, no pun intended, not even trying to be funny. They give back so much. You guys are going to be surprised, and you're going to love Steamworks even more after that. So please keep an eye out for that interview, of course, as well. Well, let's see. So that's the plugs. That's the sponsors. All right. So let's get comfy, shall we? 1 year anniversary. I don't know. A year ago today, I didn't know where the show would be. I didn't know if it would ever gain traction. I don't know if you guys would have just hated it or thought the content was stupid or whatever. I also didn't know if you guys were going to like it or if you guys were going to come back, if you guys were going to support the show. And I'm humbled is the only word I can I'm saying honestly again. You know, when I get in my feels and my thoughts, I kind of repeat the same word. I'm very humbled that you guys, girls, theys, thems have found a place in a show that you truly enjoy listening to. And growing up, I was a very shy person. Surprisingly enough, I'm still shy to this day. But this show really brought out my personality, and it really gave me room and a safe space to be who I really am, to embrace my queerness, to embrace my sluttiness, and to do something I've wanted to do my entire life, and that was it literally was to entertain people, but I was too shy to get on stage. I was too shy to put myself out there. And this microphone, this platform, I get to be me. And you guys like me. Oh, mostly. I mean, I haven't heard any bad stuff. But yeah, you guys like me and like the content. And, you know, some of the stuff goes to show's heads. And I want you guys, girls, theys, thems, to know I really do appreciate everything. The emails, the compliments, the follows, the reactions. Like, I'm just a stupid 45-year-old queer in his closet recording content to try to make people laugh, to try and make them entertained. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you girls are here. I'm glad you theys are here. I'm glad your thems are here. Everybody, I'm glad you're here. And thanks for keeping the show going. Truly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. That's enough of that. Come on, let's keep going here. All right. So with Susan, I've held on to it for so long. I really need to bring you the Susan interview. And my time with Susan I felt so at ease talking with Susan. And we played this game where she said these complimentary things that really felt genuine and really made my heart warm. And it was amazing. So please listen. Keep an eye out for that part of the interview. Yes, so keep an eye out. We're going to circle back after that. All right, so let's get into the interview, shall we? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you eager? Are you waiting like a good boy, girl, they, them? All right, here we go. Slutties, you're in for a treat tonight. We're welcoming an absolute legend to the neighborhood. It is Susan Bratton, intimacy expert to millions, fearless advocate for passionate connection, and proud self-described orgasmo nut, as well as elder slut. And that's what I really do love, because I am an elder slut. I mean, I'm 45. You already know this. I'm an elder slut. Susan's an elder slut. We connected, and Susan explores the outer edges of pleasure when she comes back with real, usable tools for helps you get that deeper intimacy, the stronger desire, and hotter relationships. She's a leading sexual biohacker, blending science, anatomy, and practical sex skills. The author of 34 books, including the Amazon #1, that's right, Amazon #1 bestseller, Sexual Soulmates, and the mind behind Revive Her Drive and Relationship Magic. From libido to love to body-based pleasure, she truly covers it all. Before becoming everyone's favorite sex nerd, Susan was a powerhouse in tech and media, earning titles like Silicon Valley Woman of Influence and Top 10 Internet Pioneer. Bold, brilliant, and unapologetically pro-pleasure, here is our interview.
Hotel lights and midnight plans, loud intentions, hold my hand. Take a seat right next to me, those nasty thoughts, come set them free. One mic, no rest, shoot your truth straight at my chest. Door shut, you're next, let's welcome in our house guest.
Slutties, you are in for a treat tonight. We are welcoming an absolute legend to the neighborhood, Susan Bratton. Intimacy expert to millions, fearless advocate for passionate connection, and proud self-described orgasmonaut. Been making sure I got that word right. Susan explores the outer edges of pleasure and comes back with real, usable tools for deeper intimacy, stronger desire, and hotter relationships. She's a leading sexual biohacker, blending science, anatomy, and practical sex skills, the author of 34 books, including the Amazon #1 bestseller, Sexual Soulmates, and the mind behind Revive Her Drive and Relationship Magic. From libido to love to body-based pleasure, she truly covers it all. Before becoming everyone's favorite sex nerd, Susan was a powerhouse in tech and media, earning titles like Silicon Valley Woman of Influence and Top 10 Internet Pioneer. Bold, brilliant, and unapologetically pro-pleasure, Susan Bratton, welcome to the neighborhood.
Hey, Sammy, and hello, slutties. It's great to be here with you all. I don't think you know this, but I jokingly say that I'm in my elder slut era.
Ooh, elder slut. Okay,
I'm an elder
really
slut
like that.
now. At 64 years old, I'm an elder slut. And I am wise and sluttier
Wise
than
beyond our
ever.
years. Yep. Older we get, the sluttier we get, and just we keep having fun and enjoying life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm 46 and, out here in the area, encountering some of the younger folks into E&M, kink and stuff, you really start to see that difference in the age gap. And I'm surprised. I'm like, I'm only 46. I don't feel it. But yeah, there's some young up-and-comers that still need to, what I like to say is do their homework, their education. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They think you just jump in. It's like, oh, no. There's things you need to learn.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's one of the most fun things about great sex. Not only does it keep getting better your whole life long if you want it to, if you've got that learning mindset, it really is. It is amazing how important growth mindset is for being a good lover. You have to realize that being a good lover and having great sex are literally just a series of learned skills that you stack as you age.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Add on every year, you learn something new, and hey, carry it forward. And that's why we're so skilled and loved today.
That's one of the reasons I like to recommend people have a sex life bucket list. Because when you have a bucket list, and if you're in partnered relationships, and you know what's on their bucket list, and they know what's on your bucket list, then you have this kind of like running catalog of things that you want to try together. One of the things I really love about my partners, I'm currently in partnership with two men, my husband and my boyfriend. That's my current situation. I recently had another young man as a lover. And we were together for a few months, and that was
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Somebody more your age, and I really enjoyed that. It was fun to kind of see where he was in his evolution. And boy, it really gave me a, 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 a an appreciation for
Yeah.
my daddies and how
Mm-hmm.
incredibly smooth they are, what cocksmen they are,
Mm-hmm.
how comfortable they are with anything I want to do, how I have no body image issues. They love my
Oh.
body. They dote on me and they worship me. Like just this morning, my boyfriend literally just gave me a full body butter massage with the
Ooh.
mango jojoba oil butter he made from scratch at
Wow.
home. And then I just sat up in bed and he went for a walk through Switzerland while I did some work before I got on this show with you today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so nice when you're with partners who one of the biggest things I noticed was if I'm with younger people, they're
Mm.
very intercourse focus oriented versus
Wow.
with my long-term partners. Like I've been with my husband for 34 years
Congrats.
and I still absolutely love to have sex with him.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's just so nice. I mean, he's so good. And my husband and my boyfriend are really up for anything. Like if I have an idea or they have an idea, we just say what we want to do, what we want to try.
Yeah.
We have dirty stories. We're comfortable with each other. We can flow in and out of easy conversation and then get super hot and then rest and then have easy conversation and then have really hot sex again and then rest. And it's
Wow.
very fluid where I notice that younger people who haven't built that breadth of skill sets and that
Mm.
ease with each other and with novelty and variety, because they're still
Right.
attaining their novelty and variety,
Yeah.
they tend to have this kind of linear progression of, okay, my job is to fuck you. And so that's what I'm
Right.
here to do. And I will do that. And I will do that as well as I can. And that's kind of the thing. But it's interesting when you have a partner who has that orientation and then you're like, well, let's do more 69. Oh, I don't know. I can't really focus on 69. It's, I don't know. Like it just doesn't, it's not a good, I'm like, cause you have to practice.
Oh,
You got to
yeah.
practice more, And, a lot of people, especially male-bodied people, because of
Mm.
testosterone, they think they should already know everything. And
Oh, yeah.
so beginner's mindset is super hard for
Right.
them. And I think that the more beginner's mindset you have with each other, the more new relationship energy you keep, the more
Mm.
exciting things you do together. And so I'm constantly looking for new things to add to my sex life bucket list because my
Right.
partners will be a yes. They're always
Yeah.
like, that sounds good. Yeah, let's fucking do that. That's great,
Right. Yeah.
which
I'm
I
a
love.
big fan of the good old phrase, closed mouths don't get fed. Because if you want something, you
Yeah,
got to tell your partners, or at
yeah.
least, try to get that vulnerability to sit down and be like, hey, this is something I'm interested in. Can we talk? Can we chat about it?
Hmm.
And I always tell people, the worst case, you get a no. That's
Yeah,
it. Nothing bad's going to happen. You get a no.
yeah.
But best case,
You get a yes, you get
yeah.
a hell yes. One of the things that I often recommend when someone writes to me, so I run a newsletter and I teach hot sex tips in my newsletter. And so my fans reply to any email they get from me and it goes to my inbox and I reply back to them. It's really what makes me so good at what I do is that I've answered thousands and thousands and thousands of
Wow.
questions over decades.
Hmm.
That's also one of the reasons I like Sex Trends. I was listening to your Sex Trends episode, which I thought was really
Yes.
good. And
Thank
one
you.
of the reasons I like Sex Trends is because I like to see how the questions change over the decades.
Right.
And I also like you talking about, what the differences between Gen X and, millennial sex and things
Right.
like that, because they are very different.
Hmm.
But the things that I notice when people get afraid to ask for like one of their desires, I often say, okay, well, maybe not such a big bite right out of the, right out of the gate. Instead, how about if you just give your partner a sensual massage and tell them a dirty fantasy story?
Ooh,
And
okay.
the thing you want is the dirty fantasy story. And then you're not just, when you ask for something sexually, you
Mhm.
often feel pressured to kind of give it like an executive summary. I would really
Right.
like you to, whatever, do this thing, be with this thing and this thing and this situation.
Yeah.
And then you like worry they're going to say no. It's like too big an ask. And
Okay.
so instead, telling them and really putting some flesh on the bones of your
Mm.
desire, telling a more well-rounded story, telling what your perspective would be, what your lover's perspective might be, what their
Right.
experience could be like, what the benefits of it are. When you tell it as like a fantasy, then they have a much better idea of what's on your mind, and they're much more
Yeah.
likely to be like, that fantasy you were talking about, I'd actually like to try that. That sounds really good. And it just takes it takes the fear out of it. And then you have a lot. And then as you start telling fantasies, your partner's going to be like, okay, is this really something you want to do? Or is this actually
Right.
just a fantasy? And you're like, well, we never know, do we?
Yeah. And being able to talk about it that way instead of, like you said, like, here's a blueprint, here's a bullet point list, this is my fantasy. Where
Yeah.
it's like you get in that moment, you're relaxed, and then just,
Yes.
hey, I had a thought about this. That's
Yeah.
just such a much better way to approach it, definitely.
Yeah. Who's going to say no to, can I tell you a dirty little story that's super hot that I've been thinking about? Will I give you a sensual massage?
Exactly. I can't name a single person. So,
I'm a yes.
right. 10-4 full consent. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
No, one of the things I definitely wanted to talk about today was your section about 20 types of orgasms.
Yeah.
So for me, I did have a partner who was able to climax just from nipple play. She was really
Yeah. Me
sensitive
too.
if you did it right. And
Yeah.
the first time it happened, I honestly was shocked. I'm like, I
Mm.
didn't even touch you. She's like, you've been working my nipples, jackass. Hello. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I never
Mm-hmm.
thought that was a possibility. And then on one of
Yeah.
your videos to tie into that showed the vibrating nipple clamps, which I've never seen.
Yeah.
I'm really, really into nipple play. So that's on
Yeah.
like my wish list now to get
Ooh.
as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. I'll have a set sent to you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
they're called the Gemini nipple clamps. They're vibrating nipple clamps, and they can be very loose, or they could
Hmm.
be, quite tight. And they're from a company called Lovents.
Yes.
And
Good old love ends.
I think anything that I mention on the show, there's almost always a discount code if you use
Yeah.
Susan. So for listeners who
Mm.
are like, I want those nipple clamps, you can go to drivedesire.com and you'll find the links to anything I talk about. I imagine my sex life bucket list is on there. Probably is. It usually is. And so in case other things, because I know we're going to talk about sex tech in
Yep.
addition, and I'll be
Spoiler.
talking about a few different things there. So drivedesire.com, just so you don't have to worry about it while you're listening to us. So
Yeah.
Sammy and I will just do our chittery chat, but then at the end of the show, you'll know, okay, I can go there. But yeah, I'll have those sent off. So don't let me forget to get your address. But I really do love those. And yes, I really appreciated when you introduced me that you mentioned that I'm an orgasmonaut.
I love
And
that.
when I was first learning how to come, which I didn't really learn how to do well until my 40s, I could have
Oh.
little like clitoral sneezes in my 20s and
Sneeze.
30s, but it
Yeah. That was
always
two.
felt it felt a little elusive to me. That's what got me into being a sexpert and writing 34 books on how to have hot
Yeah.
sex. And I started by publishing the work of my mentors who taught me how to come. I went to a lot of sex workshops, and
Mhm.
I realized, oh my gosh, the human operating system's pretty basic. Like, we love to think about how wildly different we all are and how wildly different our sexual expression is. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not actually that wildly different. There's just as a matter of fact, there's a kink expert. I forget her name. I think she's European. She might be like Belgian or Dutch or something. And she writes about the 5 branches of kink and the 5 branches of like just kind of like basic sex.
Yeah.
And I always think that's really interesting because, you know, it seems like there's endless categories because we have like all these, you know, refined porn categories and things like that. But not really. There's like there's 6 basic sex positions.
You can break
like,
it down to that.
Pretty simple. It's reductionist. There's not that much there. But there's plenty to try your whole life long and it never ends. And when I was first learning how to come, I was trying to learn just how to come from clitoral touch. And then I started wanting G-spot exploration and G-spot activation. And then I wanted to have female ejaculation and I wanted to have, you know, vaginal orgasms from penetration without direct clitoral stimulation because our clit wraps around the vagina. So if we get it engorged and we get that lady boner, that clit boner, we have a little penis like our male-bodied partners do. And that's, you know, it takes us 15 or 20 minutes to get the erection that testosterone dominant penis owner gets in a minute or 2.
Yeah.
And so everything happens so fast, especially those younger partners who haven't learned kind of the great art of sexual pleasuring, where they're just kind of like directly intercourse. Oh, look, I've got an erection. That means I need to stick it in you. And then women aren't coming. And that was really what was happening for me. So I went on this exploratory journey, and one of my mentors, Dr. Patty Taylor, taught me the expanded orgasm practice, which is this very light clitoral stroking technique that lets you take that moment. It's not edging. That's what guys will often say when I describe it. They're like, oh, you mean edging? Like where you take that moment of climax and you stretch it out like time is like taffy. You're like coming for a really long amount of time with a very light touch. Because most people overdrive their operating system. They're nervous. They overdrive it because they have performance anxiety and they want to, you know, come.
Right.
And
smash the button.
Exactly. And when you learn how to dial that all back, when you give the female body time to get the lady boner, when she's got a nice clitoral erection, when all of her clitoral body, the arms, the legs, the body, the shaft, the tip, when the urethral sponge, which people call a G-spot, it's not a spot, it's a tube, the perineal sponge, which is on the bottom of the vagina, between the vaginal canal and the rectum. There's a sponge down there. And when those all get full of blood and aroused, when you get really aroused, nipple stimulation, kissing accelerates that. Then you start to have orgasms from almost anything really easily. And when Patty was teaching me how to have these expanded orgasms, edging is like you get almost to the point of no return and then you back off. You stay right there, but you don't ejaculate. But expanded orgasm is a non-ejaculatory, super long come. And you can stack them. And as you stack them, you got to give your body a little rest and then take it up again. And you can take it higher and higher. And as I was learning that, I was coming so much. I mean, there was a point at which Tim was stroking me and he would stroke me for an hour. I'd come for an hour because I was like, how long can I come? How long can I keep this up?
I need to know.
You can come for hours. You can come for days. You just need those little sympathetic nervous system breaks.
Right.
And that really helped me become a great comer. And I called Patty and I was like, I feel like I'm coming so much, so long and so hard that if I push it any harder, I might lose myself. Like I might go someplace I can't come back from, you know, like it's like beyond fuck brain.
Yeah.
And
you're just broken like,
yeah, like, blah, 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 you know, like scrambled.
Right.
And she was like, no, Suze, it might take you a little while to recover, but it's asymptotic. There's literally no upper limit to your orgasm potential. Cause I said, I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff and I'm standing on the edge of a cliff and I could step out,
Right.
but I'm afraid. I'm afraid to do it, Patty. She's like, step out.
Just
Step
do it.
out. Do it. Yeah, it'll take you a while to come back. And then I stepped out and I felt my connection to source, to Gaia, to consciousness, what other people would call God. I don't, but people do. The palpable connection, that the feeling in my body that you and I are one, that we are all one. We are all one.
Just that
And
deep.
oh man, that was amazing. That's that ecstatic, tantric bliss state.
Right.
And so I felt like at that moment when I stepped out into in the outer space of, orgasmic outer space, I was thinking to myself, okay, I want to become an orgasmonaut. I want to come every way it's possible to come. And the only one, so I've found that there are over 20 kinds of orgasms the human body, the Homo sapien, can have.
Right.
I really don't like gender binary expression. I really struggle with that. I really love gender fluidity. I really love the full embrace. I don't even like the words masculine, feminine. I don't even like the concept of polarity anymore. I like flow state. I don't even like switchy.
Flow state,
I feel like you start at masculine or feminine, what's been prescribed by the patriarchal white male religiously repressed culture.
There you go.
Right? You start there. Yeah. And then you're like, well, fuck, that's not me. Right? And then you're like, okay, well, I want to become more, surrendered, or I want to run the scene. I want to run the game. I want to call the shots, whatever, or whatever it might be. And over time, you learn kind of how to do both of those things. You learn the surrender and you learn the control. And then you become switchy. Okay, well, today I'm going to say what we do, that kind of a thing. Right. But then after a while, I feel like that shit just goes out the window. The same as gender expression, because I love my masculinity, my femininity, whatever that is, like any of those things. Like, I don't even think it's masculine, feminine. I think all those things live within us, as do whether you're the one, giving or receiving or any of that. It's just, it moves through to just total flow and being exactly who you are in every moment of your own ruthless self-expression, like just giving yourself the permission to be exactly who you are in every moment, and being totally loved for that by the people who like what that looks like when it's expressed. And so I struggle with even things like male-bodied partner. Like, just because you have a penis doesn't mean you feel like a male.
True.
It's so confining, and I'm struggling for the verbiage to express what I'm trying to express. If you have any feedback for me, tell me what your thoughts were going through your head as I was saying all these things. Give me some of your words.
Yeah, see, for me, the fluidity, that really hits home, because as a switch, I mean, I can be dominant, I can be submissive. But for me, I like to just be in the moment and see what feels right. Instead of, I mean, sometimes you do have to schedule, especially if you're doing like an intense scene or something. But typically, I'd rather just be like, let's sit down and let's just see where it goes. And then maybe you naturally become dominant. Maybe I naturally become submissive. Maybe we do this. But it's just, I like to just, I always say, pick my feet up and go with the flow.
Yes.
It's just so much easier. It's not stressful, and you still have a good time.
Yeah. I love that. I think flow state is a really, really good way to think about it, because orgasm is also a flow state. It is the theta brainwave state. When you're coming, you're in theta state. And theta is your unconscious mind. You have your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. And that's your beta, alpha, and theta. And then there's gamma, which is even like below that. And theta state is the state of prayer, and that touching source that I was talking about. It's meditation. It's orgasm. It's a lot of very interesting parts of our human state.
Okay.
So I really love to be in that complete state of surrender to pleasure and just feeling my way through in every moment. And that's why I like to call it a flow instead of. Another thing that I don't like very often for me personally, and my brand, like I write hot sex techniques. So like I teach you how to have all the kinds of orgasms, and I can talk a little bit more about those. I write how to have hot sex, but the kind of hot sex that I write about is it's not necessarily kink or BDSM or anything like that. Because those to me in a lot of cases have, they need to, by design, they have to have structure.
Exactly.
And the structure is in some ways a role play. And you can lose yourself in the role play. But what I really like is that flow thing, that completely unstructured space. And so it doesn't lend itself as well to power dynamics because somebody's got to be taking care of the person and, all of those kinds of things. So I don't write about that as much. And so what I really write about is I use these very specific words, heart connected.
Ooh.
And I want to talk about that with you because I was listening to one of your shows. You were talking about praise kink, and I want to say some things about that. So heart connected, conscious. And by conscious, I mean like I want to be with you right now. I'm here. This is how I feel about being with you
I'm
right
present.
now.
Yeah.
I am with you right now. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just digging the shit out of you and our interaction, right? And so I'm consciously awake, aware, and present here with you.
Yeah.
And that would be sex, whether that's us doing this segment together or having sex. I'm here.
Right.
And I want to be.
Yeah. You're not on your phone or looking at the TV or
No.
You and me focused. That's what I'm on.
I am taking this moment to fully enjoy your presence. That's what I'm doing right now, Sammy.
Yes.
And heart connected, conscious, passionate lovemaking. So it's not sex. I teach people how to make love. And that is different. I describe it as the difference between friction and connection. And so the heart connected, conscious, passionate. I want fucking fire, Sammy. Fire. Yes. I want my pussy burning with desire for you. You know what I mean? Right. Like I just want my spit running, my juices flowing, my squirting, my, like I just want it. That's what I want to feel.
Yes.
And so that's what I try to teach people how to do is I just try to be like, here's the steps to get that. Here's what you're going for. Because you can learn that like you can learn anything. Because it's definitely not taught, especially female pleasure based. It's not taught. We're not taught about female arousal. We're not taught about slow flow. We're not taught. Everything is just, grab a boob and stick it in. Fuck the shit out of her, rearrange her guts. Not that I don't mind a gut rearrangement.
Well, no.
But often, I fuck as well as get fucked. I like both those things. Like, you don't need to fuck me. We're fucking together. Right. Like, I'm fully moving around and getting off and having a great, it's like, that's the flow. So that's what I really like to teach people how to do. Whether it's, where's my fucking G-spot and how do I come? Or how do I last longer, have more stamina? How do I have nipplegasms? Like, it's interesting that most people think, back to nipplegasms, that most people think, oh, no, I can't have.
No, it's not possible. No.
I can't do it. Maybe you can, but I can't. It's
Right.
like, no, you just gotta fucking play with them. You just gotta stroke them, lick them, suck
You gotta
them,
try it.
squeeze them, and they will start making you come because they're part of the same system as your mouth, your lips, your throat, your tongue. That's all arousal based tissue. Your breasts and your nipples, male and female, everybody's titties can come, as well as your genitals. They're like in lockstep with each other. So the more you play with all of them, the better you come, the more easily you come in more different ways.
Right. And that's like growing up. I mean, in our generation, this was before, of course, cell phones, videos. We grew up with porn. You find your dad's VHS or DVD, depending how old you are. And everyone will say it. Porn is not educational at all. I mean, there are, how-tos, but traditionally, you're not going to learn how to be a cocksmith or an experienced pleasure giver by just watching someone get railed. And that was the downside to porn. And then that's what people think growing up. Like I said before, smashing the button. Most younger, male presenting gents will just be like, come on, I'm pushing your clit. Are you good?
Yeah.
Can we go? Okay. Yeah. And then just go at it.
Exactly.
There's no technique. There's no connection. Yeah. It's like you said, it's just fucking done.
And also often they want to fuck you so hard right out of the gate. Like that's supposed to be the thing, like the pounding, the jackhammer. It's not that I like those things.
Nothing wrong with those.
No.
But warm me up.
Yes, exactly. Let's get some blood flow going.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a lost art, just that first, I always think about like just a slow penetration, the first time you enter, especially when it's your first time together. Enjoy that moment because it's almost like losing your virginity. It's not going to happen again with that partner. This is our first time. I want to feel everything. I want to be connected. The eyes, just, chef's kiss.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. Now, I know we were also mentioning about AI because I know I brought that up a little bit on the 2026. I was also just talking to a guest about it too, about how AI can be good, it can be bad, and there's stuff to learn from it. So from your perspective, and I'm dying to know this, what's your thoughts on the AI? And I know there's a word for it, and I'm not good with the big
Agentic.
words. That word. Thank you.
Agentic. You know what that means? That means having agency over yourself. Being agentic means having agency over yourself. You are an agentic lover. So you're in full control of your choices, what you need, what you ask for, what you want to do. And I like that word. A lot of women, especially they use sovereign. They have a sovereign sexuality, like their sexuality is their own.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good word, but I've moved into for erotic liberation, owning your sexuality and really focusing on it and getting great joy out of it and having that mindset we talked about and having your sex life bucket list and learning new skills and things like that. And feeling that you're never coerced, that everything is consensual, that you're not doing anything that you don't want to do. If something takes a turn and you're complete, you don't want to do it and you just stop. Like you own your body and your pleasure and every moment of it. And I like the word agentic because with AI, we have agentic AI. Agentic AI is AI that can learn.
Yes.
And so I like the idea of AI, kind of the next era of sex tech being AI driven. And there are some really interesting categories of sex, agentic sex, AI driven sex tech. There's the kind of the haptics and teledildonics area. And that is, like often it's like remote toys, like a stroker hooked up to a cam person who is, like, making you feel it, or it could be augmented reality. So it could be like VR glasses, virtual reality, where you're watching a video and you're feeling it on your cock or in your pussy or whatever, so that's interesting. And I think a lot of people are, it's so immersive that it's highly dopamine addictive. And so
Ooh.
there is a concern around everything from, sex robots and,
Yes.
chat bots who become your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your lover or your whatever,
Mm-hmm.
your alien or your centaur or whoever
Yeah.
you want to have sex with. Because I definitely am interested in having some agentic sex with some werewolves and some centaurs sometime darn soon. But,
Fuck, I never thought about that. That's a good
dude,
idea.
doesn't that sound so fun?
It does. And especially those toys like the beasts, the vampires, I
Yeah,
never thought about that with AI.
Tracy's Dog is a brand of product, and they have an app called Aiphy, AIPHY. And
Ooh.
Aiphy lets you pick like the buff gym dude who's going to talk
Mm.
dirty to you. And you put like, they have this product called Drill Me, which is basically a thruster
Yeah.
with big balls attached to it and a suction cup on the bottom. And it's adaptive technology. So you could have like,
Wow.
the kind of like, gender not so sure kind of gorgeous
Yeah.
human blended person talking dirty the way you like to be talked dirty to and fucking you
Ooh.
and remembering what got you off. It's
That
adaptive
part. Yeah.
technology. So she's going to, or they're going to fuck you
Right.
better every time you whip out Aiphy and your Drill Me or your Beta. That's their other product. I brought
Okay.
that here on my trip. I'm traveling right now, as I
Oh.
told you, and I brought
Mhm.
that to play with because I want to start really having those adaptive experiences.
Yeah.
So whether it's VR or teledildonics and haptics, or it's adaptive AI app driven, pleasure that gets better, or something that Carl and I have been doing. My boyfriend, I introduced you to him before we started the
Mm.
show. He and I don't live full time in the same location.
Mm-hmm.
And I travel a lot because I speak around the world
Right.
and we miss each other. And so we have remote sex together. So we use
Mm.
the Kiru system. It's called the Kion. Do
Oh.
you know about the Kion?
That sounds familiar. I've not deep dived, but I know I've heard of that. Yeah.
It looks like a wine chiller, but it's
Mm.
actually this little device that you stick either, they have two really nice products. They have, so the Kion is this automatic stroker system.
Okay.
And it's hooked to their app, which is called Feel Connect. It also is hooked to their Feel Me technology, which is the augmented porn where you can
Right.
hook your dick up to and your
And
pussy.
it's
They have.
all
I'm going to tell you about the
synchronized
products.
and
It's all synchronized. So when
wow.
she's getting fucked, you're feeling it on your
You
dick.
feel it the
That
exact
kind of
way.
thing. And the
Okay.
Kion
Okay.
is like the stroking system, and you can put different things inside it to stroke you. So you could stroke
Ooh.
with their, basically like their flesh lady things. They're called
Yeah.
the Feel series. There's all different vaginas and lips. You can do your favorite porn star, or you can just have the one that they have one called Feel Argenta, and she's like an AI kind of a fantasy
Ooh.
woman, which I think is really cool too.
Yeah.
And those are just that thermoplastic elastomer TPE that, feels really good on a dick. There's those.
Right.
But they also have a product called the Power Shot, which is a vibrating masturbator, like a
Mm-hmm.
vibrating squishy sleeve. And
Okay.
you can squeeze it or you can put it in the Kion and it
Oh.
will vibrate and stroke you at the same time. And you can run it by the app and tell it how
Yeah.
you like to be stroked. But what Carl and I do is
Mm-hmm.
I send him a link from my app, and I have my two devices from Kiro that I like. One's called the Pro Wand and one's called the Pearl 3. I stick the
Mm.
Pearl 3 in my vagina. It's
Okay.
it's like a vibrating G-spot
Mm.
dildo kind of a
Okay. I
thing.
can picture that. Yeah.
And it synchronizes to his stroker. So if I send him a link from my app,
Whoa.
we can watch each other on the video in the app. We can talk to each other, and he can set the Kion to synchronize my devices with his stroker.
Holy shit.
And then he can stroke himself, and
Yeah.
I get stroked in my vagina, and it's synchronized with the wand I'm using on my clitoris and my labia
Yeah.
externally, because I like to stack my toys. Sometimes I like the internal
Right.
and external together. So I stick one in my vagina and kind of hold it in with a pillow. And then I
Yeah.
do the other one on my clit. And I'm
Genius.
feeling what he's feeling on his dick
Yeah.
in and on my pussy. And we're watching each other. We're chatting. I'm coming, he's like getting close and backing off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're, telling each other how much we love each other and how sexy we are. And praise kinking the shit out of each other. Cause I don't think praise
Mm-hmm.
kinks are a thing. I think everybody likes praise. I think it's just been
Oh,
beat
yeah.
out of us by our Victorian stoic, fear-based bullshit culture. Cause
Right.
I like to be praised constantly. And I just think I'm totally normal and it's not a kink at all. And that we would
Yeah.
all love to be appreciated and loved and verbally approved way more than we get in our culture.
Yeah.
And so to call it a kink it's like, okay, if you want to call it a kink, you can. But I think it's just like a normal humanity is that we want to be loved and appreciated by each other,
Yeah, it's hard for me because, like, in that moment, in that scene, especially when someone tells me, like, oh my God, you're such a good boy, or
Yeah.
you're eating my pussy so good, I can
Yeah.
accept it, I melt, everything. But if I'm at work and someone says,
Yeah.
hey, good job on that report, I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, I can't take those compliments, but for
Yeah.
some reason in bed,
Mm-hmm.
just, I grasp them and accept them and love them. I don't know why the disconnect there.
There's two things. One, your defenses are down in bed and you're able to allow things to flow in, and you're also in a different mind state.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not in your beta state, you're in your theta state, which is it's your unconscious mind.
Right.
And they go in more easily into your unconscious mind than your conscious mind. So at work, it's harder for you. But the other thing that's interesting about this, I learned this from one of my mentors, Dr. Deborah Anapol. What she said is that you actually feel more love by giving love than receiving it. It's very hard for the human person in general to receive the love. You love to give the love. And that makes you feel it. Exactly. Yeah, I hear you on your show. You love your listeners. You're very loving. And one of the things that I really like is a little game that I have taught thousands and tens and hundreds possibly of thousands of people how to play. And it's called 3 Things I Love About You. And it's this kind of on-demand appreciation. And it really, yes, you just ask for it. So you just say, tell me 3 things that you love about me. And your partner, then, that's their opportunity to just notice what they're loving about you right now.
Just go with it.
And to tell you what they love. Would you like me to tell you 3 things I love about you right now?
I mean, absolutely.
Okay, great.
See?
One is that I really appreciated how you reached out to me and you were to come on your show, and you were very kind, and you really did your homework about who I am in this world. And I felt very appreciated by that. And I noticed what loving care you take with the guests who come on your show. And so I felt deeply appreciated by you. And that makes me just assume you're brilliant because you like me. you must be brilliant.
Right.
The second thing is how handsome you are. I already told you when we got on the show today that I think you look so handsome today, that not only are you very neatly trimmed and well-groomed, chicks dig that, right? Like, we just love a well-groomed
Can't do the
man.
bushy beard. No.
No. And your shirt is beautiful. You've got that like sexy muscle shirt underneath that sheer black shirt with the flowers on it. And it's like you're a little bit Big Daddy and a little bit feminine. And I just think
there's that queer side.
I love that. I just find that to be extremely desirable in a man, because it lets me know you're comfortable with all of the aspects of yourself, which means that you love who you are. And that means you're going to make my nervous system feel safe because you are already set and love yourself. And so like I get all that information out of just looking at how handsome you are.
Oh, thank you.
And then the third thing that I love about you is that I really like the way you think about culture and society in the sexuality sphere with a very loving heart, and you're very expansive. And it brings me great joy to just have like a melting of the minds together today. I'm enjoying our co-creative experience together.
That, yes, that completely threw me off track and blew my mind. That's amazing. And I'll see in
There you
that
go.
scenario, I could imagine some people, especially, today's is such a big text world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could see a lot of people saying that to their partner and then them being like, why? What do you mean? What, you want to just know 3 things? And it's like, never mind. And then I could see that brain set not being connected and open to causing an issue. So is there a way to like pre-game like talk that, or
Yes.
just say like,
Yeah.
hey, going forward, can we try this instead of just boom, let me shoot it
Yes.
at
Yeah, I'm really good at it, so it was easy for me to just give it to you because I'm
Really?
super
Cool.
comfortable with it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
and you don't mind being vulnerable because your whole show is about being vulnerable. So you're
Right.
you're totally fine with it. So I knew it was not going to be a problem for you. And yes, on my Better Lover at betterlover.com, I have a video that teaches you kind of how to tee it up, how to talk to your partner about
Oh,
it.
okay.
How to create it as a game that you do your whole life. Like I've been doing it with Tim for 34 years. Because especially when I first kind of like when my butt lands on the bed and I'm just kind of like letting down and I'm letting my arousal begin to climb. I'm not turned on yet. I just have
Not yet.
the intention to have a hot sex date. So here we are. What do you feel like doing? What are we going to do today? What sounds good? I really, usually with Tim and I, he starts by giving me a yoni massage. Do all your listeners know what a yoni is?
I do, but I'm not sure all of them do.
Okay, I'll just describe it. It's my favorite 4-letter word.
It absolutely
Often,
is.
what I don't like is vagina for female genitals because that's very patriarchal. That's just the internal. That's just like the part that you fuck, and it doesn't include like the vulva, which is the external parts. And there's no real comprehensive pretty word for the female genital system. There's pussy, there's kitty, there's flower, but yoni, Y-O-N-I, that's a tantric lovemaking word. It means portal in Sanskrit. And so what I love about it is that it has a spiritual quality to it as well, and it's extremely comprehensive. So yoni massage is basically manual massage using toys, using whatever you want to bring blood flow into the internal and external parts of the female genital system. And I just call that the yoni because it's a great word.
Oh, it is.
So a lot of times when Tim is giving me a yoni massage, I want him to tell me 3 things that he loves about me because I need to hear the appreciation to help me get into my arousal. It makes me feel safe and loved.
Right.
And so hot sex is a combination of, and this isn't my work either. This is Dossie Eaton, the ethical slut. She taught me this.
Yes.
That hot sex that keeps getting better is a combination of trust and safety, so you can surrender and be vulnerable, with novelty and variety, which gives you the new relationship energy, the excitement, etc. And that's how sex keeps getting better. That's why sex life bucket lists are so important to have, because it's the NRE part. And the 3 things I love about you is the trust and safety part that helps you begin to feel like you're with someone who loves you and they're not going to hurt you. It's just one way to co-regulate.
Safety and vulnerability.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I love.
That's a good way.
Yeah, the first time my partner and I, we were doing a rave cave with another couple, and the female partner said, "Do you want me to give you a yoni massage?" And my partner's like, "Sure." And I had the pleasure of being able to just watch it the first time. Like, she's never had it, I've never watched it. It is art, especially when someone, like you said, because you also have to have that verbal connection, like, oh my God, your body. And she was saying like, your pussy is so beautiful, and just watching that experience, Yeah, I've been trying to find a yoni workshop like in the Chicago area. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
Chicago downtown shops that have like
Mm-hmm.
sex shops and the sex education classes.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I still just like I'm a more in-person type, like because I always
Yeah.
have questions or I need to see. Where I know a lot of people do like the video classes, like, oh, sign on
Mm-hmm.
here. But yeah, I've been dying to catch an actual yoni class because I would love to learn how to do it and
Yeah.
practice it because it is absolutely an art, and it is. She told me it blew her mind, the orgasm
Mm-hmm.
she had just during the massage.
Right.
So
And then you
yes,
set that
people,
nice
yoni,
space
yoni,
of
yoni.
orgasms in. You set that nice space of orgasms in, and that really primes your comes for more and
Right.
more better orgasms throughout the whole date. Do you know about sensually, sensuali.com?
No,
Check that.
I'm
Tara
gonna have to
Margolis
now though.
runs
Yeah.
that. And it tells you where there are workshops in your area, like sex workshops
Really?
and things. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, there might be
Ooh, okay,
something in
that's
your
going in
area
the
in
show
Chicago.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, and like you were saying, it's just the massage part. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
You haven't put mouth to skin, you haven't had actual penetration. It's just the massage. But
Hmm.
when done correct, oh, it's fucking insane.
Yeah. So relaxing. It gets you out of your head. It
Mm-hmm.
gets you into your body, especially as a yoni owner. You, you're estrogen dominant, and that makes your reticular activation system is always on high alert because
Okay.
women walk through this world unsafe generally.
Yes.
And so we have to
Sadly,
be
but true.
constantly vigilant. And
Mm-hmm.
so it takes us a while to lower our vigilance and
Okay.
to relax and surrender to our partner.
And
And
feel
one
that
of the best
safety.
Yes. And one of the best ways to do that is that beautiful manual touch and
Mm-hmm.
massage of the labia and the mons and the inner labia and the clitoral shaft and the clitoral tip. And,
Mm-hmm.
just getting all that blood flow in there really, really helps women have much better overall lovemaking experiences.
Right. Ooh, yes. Love that. I'm honestly trying to think because this conversation has been so amazing. I thought there was one other thing, but no, we had the AI, we had the 20s.
Yeah, we talked about praise kink. We
Yeah.
talked about the 20 kinds of orgasms. There's one more thing I want to say about the 20 kinds of orgasms.
By all means.
One of them is that there's three kinds. 20 is an arbitrary number because there's way more than that.
Oh.
Because the 20th one is wild card because there's always more. Like whether
Wild
you're
card.
having
Okay.
footgasms or bellygasms,
That's what I was just
coregasms,
thinking. I'm
or
like a footgasm.
yeah, I love footgasms.
Yeah.
If you stroke a foot like a penis, it gives you an orgasm if you're turned
Mm-hmm.
on. There's, the touch locations, the nipples, the throat gasms, of course, the kissing gasms, nibbling your neck is really hot.
Oh yeah. That
Even,
slow kiss
mm,
thing. Oh fuck. That's my favorite.
mine too. I love it too.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all the locations, there's anal gasms, you have all the locations, P-spot orgasms, all that stuff. And all bodies can have them all.
Okay.
But there are three categories. One is the locations to
Mm.
touch. The other is techniques to use. So like that
Mm.
light clitoral stroke in the expanded orgasm practice. Very specific strokes for female ejaculation that are not what you see on porn.
No, 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 no.
Male multiple full body orgasms without ejaculation, learning how to come without ejaculation,
Yes,
separating your
that is a
ejaculation and
thing.
orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
So male multiple orgasms is another technique to use. Erotic hypnosis, making someone come on command under hypnosis. That's a pretty hot one, right?
Ooh.
So those are techniques.
Okay, okay.
And then the third category is objects of desire. So that's like
Hmm.
the Keon stroker with the pearl wand in my
Yeah.
vagina, like they make you come. And that,
Right.
whether that's, floggers or restraints or
Yes.
electrostim or candle wax or whatever it might be, whether it's
Whatever your
sex
yum.
toys or tools or whatever you like. All of those things are the objects of desire. And so you can come in so many ways, and all bodies can come in all the ways. It's just doing it, feeling it, laying down the neural pathways from the literal physical stimulation or the mental stimulation that elicits the orgasmic response.
Wow. That's beautifully said. I never even would have thought about that. Wow.
I
Yeah.
learned a lot from Dr. Nan Wise. She's a neuroscientist sexologist, and she studied female orgasm with Barry Komisarek at Rutgers University, and they were the first to map where orgasm happened in the brain, and they were the ones that explained what the somatosensory cortex is and how your brain is your biggest sex organ because it's the one that processes the sensation from your nervous system. So whether it's mechanoreceptors or corpuscles or nerve endings or any of the stretch, there's cells that measure stretch that like stretch, there's all kinds of things. It's like why fisting feels good or what have you. And so it's just quite interesting to realize that the body itself just gets better at coming the more that you come it and the more ways that you come it.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that was the thing. I wanted to circle back to the bucket list because, yes, I've had a bucket list forever and ever. And here's the great thing about bucket lists is you can start off with one, have 3 things on there. You do one of them, and it's like, okay, that's checked off my bucket list. And then eventually your bucket list doesn't stop.
No.
You will come across more things. Like you even said, with the AI and those possibilities, like that just got added to my bucket list because that would be fucking amazing.
It's
so
amazing.
That's a prime example. It's always evolving. It's never just, I'm going to do these 3 things and I'm good with, crazy sex ideas I've never tried yet.
Yeah. Well, what's nice too is, so I have a sex life bucket list that people can download. It's free. It's just like a PDF, and it has all the 20 kinds of orgasms. So you can kind of be like, okay, I can do these, but I want to do these next. So you can learn, you can expand your orgasmic capacity.
Okay.
Which I think you can do your whole life long. You just keep expanding your orgasmic potential. Just come better and better and better over time.
Come better.
In all the different ways. But then it has a lot of other things. There's definitely kinky things on there. There's, exhibitionist and voyeurism things. There's intimate wellness things. There's even things like taking sex peptides, right? I mean, it's quite interesting to have PT 141 and feel what it feels like in your body as a couple. I mean, there's really interesting things you can do. So that's at sexlifebucketlist.com. And I give you a video with it and walk you through the 48 erotic play dates that I've put together for your
48.
Consideration.
For your
and then you can mark them an A, a B, or a C. A's are, this is definitely going on my bucket list. B's are, it's not for me, but if you want to do it, I will totally fucking do that with you,
Open
dude.
to it, yeah.
100%. I will give you this experience. C's are, it's not for me right now. And I always add that caveat of right now because of exactly what you said, which is your bucket list never ends. It's just you're not ready maybe for that thing. It's a little too advanced for where you are. That's great. Someday the thing that you were like, oh my God, I never want to be spanked. Why would anybody want to be spanked? And all of a sudden you're like masturbating to thinking about yourself getting spanked. And then you're getting spanked. And it's just, you just get there. If you're playing with it all, you just get there.
Yeah, and if you even go back to when you first started your sexual adventures in life, we didn't think about all the other stuff that could be out there. Bondage, kinks, everything. It was just, let's make out, maybe 69, maybe try butt stuff someday. And then you realize there's all this world of possibilities. Like, holy shit. And that's when exploration and that bucket list comes in.
Yep, I love it. So what's on your bucket list right now?
So for me, the bucket list right now, and you know, I mean, there's been so much checked off because I've lived a very, you know, fun life
Good.
the past 9 years. But I know right now, one of my biggest ones is I do love cuddle puddles, like being in the center. And that's one a
Oh.
friend helped me achieve a few years ago was I was in the center of the
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was just on me. It wasn't well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually turned sexual, but just having all those bodies. So that one kind of evolved to I'm very interested in almost like a reverse gangbang, almost like me with at least 3 to 4 women and just
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to please them. Like that's the whole thing. Like I'm not in charge.
Yeah.
I'm just there to make these people feel happy, to make them feel
Good.
good. My stuff does not matter. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
when people think of like a female gangbang, it's like, oh, it's just you doing. No, there's different versions. There's
Mm-hmm.
variants. And I think probably the wildest one on my list, and this is, you know, I've been trying, but to have at least like multiple partners, and I think it's called, and there's got to be a better term for it, but it's like a female bukkake where it's the man and it's multiple females that can ejaculate.
Mm-hmm. You want to get
I
squirted on
know,
by a bunch of women.
right. So
Yeah.
kind of like there's got to be we got to make a better phrase for that because I know
Yeah.
bukkake is one of those words I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
like the word.
I don't like the word bukkake that much either, but you know what I do like is the Japanese word for face fucking.
Mm.
Yeah. One of the books that I publish is a book called The Blowjob Secret. And it's
Ooh,
basically about how to come from going down on a cock. And
really?
all people can come from going down on a cock. You've
I've
got
heard
erectile
of that.
tissue in your
Yeah.
throat, and it's just as orgasmic as your vagina and your ass,
Hmm.
and your dick. It's equally there. You just have to
Yeah.
develop it. And
Practice. Practice.
the Japanese call it iramatio, Irrumatio, iramatio, and that's a good
Mm.
Japanese word because face fucking, like it's just like not a great word, face
Right.
fucking. But it's when you and your partner, when you have gotten to the point where it's making my mouth water, when you and your partner have got instant saliva when I think about it.
Right.
When
Like,
you and your partner have gotten so good at, oral, let's just say it's me in a female body with a male body partner. And I'm going down on him.
right. Right.
So I'm giving him quote unquote blow jobs or oral or kind of, fellatio.
Yes.
That's the technical word for it. I'm giving him fellatio. But over time, you learn how to get the cock deeper and deeper into your throat, and then you learn how to
Mm-hmm.
stroke, and you learn how to breathe, and you learn all that stuff. And then your partner feels that rhythm, and then you can relax when you're really warmed up, and they can take
Yeah.
over doing that nice throat stroking, and they can bring you to orgasm over and over and over again. And what's really interesting is
Ooh.
that as you do that, many
Mm-hmm.
times I also ejaculate from my urethral sponge,
Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
it's both ends of that system. It's all
Mm-hmm.
connected all the way up and down. I learned that from Sherry Winston. She wrote a really good book
Okay.
called Women's Anatomy of Arousal. It was an ASECT
Mm.
book of the year a few years ago. It's an excellent book on female arousal. And she explains that the body's system, like the sphincters are all in lockstep. They work together like your eyes and your throat
Yeah.
and your ass and your yoni. They're all
Mm.
opening and closing together. And so when you're stimulating the throat, you're stimulating the
Huh.
pussy or the cock. Yeah, very interesting.
Wow. And the
So
way
yeah,
you
that's one of
said,
the things. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, the way you said throat stroking, I never
Yeah.
heard that. And now when you said, I'm like, that's, I need to go and practice that now. I never thought about just stroking the cock with my throat. And
Yeah.
now I have so much to do today.
I know. You're welcome.
I
My
know.
pleasure.
Thank you.
This is what I do. I am an inspirational brand. I create opportunity. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
therapist. I don't solve problems. I create opportunity.
Love that.
I
Oh
really
my
prefer
God.
that.
Yeah. Well, Susan, oh
Yes,
my
I
God.
want to
I
hear
think
about your first throatgasm, Sammy.
Yes, I will practice that, and I will keep you updated. I'm going to work
Good.
on that.
I'll
Yeah.
send you the blowjob secret so you get all the tips for it too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll
I
send
know.
it over to you.
I know the old school tip one of my good friends taught me way back in the day was you take your fingers and you pinch them. I know audio, but you do like the
Mm-hmm.
OK sign
Mm-hmm.
and you press down on that and then you're distracted and it's easier to get it down, at least for someone that I haven't had a lot of practice, unfortunately, but I'm working on it. And
Yeah.
yeah, every time I've tried that with a male partner, it's worked marvelously.
That's a good tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I found is I just relax and take my time and I take my
Yes.
pleasure. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for us. And so I'm
Ooh,
getting
that's a good
off
viewpoint.
on the experience. And so
Yeah.
the other thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is that they're like, but I gag. And I'm like, no, that's actually the orgasmic contraction. You just need to relax.
Really?
You're not gagging. You're going to come from that. You know, it's like it transmutes into orgasm as you relax and take your
Yeah.
pleasure. When you're
Never thought
gagging,
about that.
you're fighting it. When you're
Yes.
relaxing, you're coming.
My mind's blown. That's amazing. Susan,
I have enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah, this has been mind-blowing and educational beyond belief. But
Oh, good.
yeah, and of course, I want to make sure, so I know you have all the books, all the sites. Where do you recommend people going to find out about you, to learn
Yeah.
websites? I mean, I'm sure you have links galore for everything you do.
Well, I try to consolidate them. So if you want to be on my email newsletter and you like what I was saying, you want to learn more of things like this, that's at betterlover.com. And if you have a question for me and you reply to any newsletter you get from me, I'll reply back to you. I get all kinds of interesting questions every day. So that's betterlover.com. And then I'm on Instagram. It's my full name, and you have to kind of smush it together. Susan Bratton, Bratton, Susan Bratton, and you'll find me. Instagram, don't make it easy for us experts, that's for sure.
No, they don't.
And then we talked about Sex Life Bucket List. That's at sexlifebucketlist.com. And we talked about all the toys I was discussing, and all of those are at drivedesire.com. And always try promo code Susan. I make a little money. I appreciate that. This stuff doesn't write itself. No. And it takes a lot to be me. So that's nice too, because you'll get a discount and I'll get a little something. So that's it.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, Susan, again, personally, thank you so much for your time, for coming onto the show. This was an amazing experience, and I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I enjoyed you.
Well, by the smile on my face, I think you can tell that I definitely did. Thank you so much for having me. It was really a pleasure.
Thank you, Susan. Hopefully we will talk again soon.
And what did I tell you all? That interview was educational. It was sexy. It was everything I could have hoped for. And again, Susan Bratton, my love out to you. 3 things I am thankful for about you. 3 things that I love about you. Your personality, the way you talk to people, and by golly, just the comfort you give to people while you talk to them. I just felt so relaxed. I felt so seen and heard. And it didn't feel like an interview. It felt like just talking to an old friend and having a hell of a good time. So again, make sure to follow Susan. Make sure to sign up for all her workshops or educationals. The links are going to be in the show notes. I'm currently diving into some of them, so soon we'll be having some like tidbits and some reviews, but you want to make sure you get this access to yourself. So absolutely go sign up for her newsletter, for everything. Susan, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So what else on this special Slutiversary show? Let's see. What do you want to talk about in the name of Cody Rhodes? So as far as next week's episode, I kind of went back and forth on this one because I have a Valentine's Day episode that we recorded with Bass Switch Babe, and I'm also recording with Jeff and Susie,
who we actually went out on Valentine's Day. So next week is probably going to be the Valentine's Day episode, and I have so much content coming up. Girls, guys, theys, thems. Sammy Daddy's putting the foot on the gas. It's all gas, no brakes. Until Exotica, I'm gonna give you the best experience I can give you. How about that? Yeah, lots of interviews coming up, lots of content, lots of think pieces. So besides Jeff and Susie, besides of course Nim from Steamworks, more Exotica chatter. One of the segments I've been working on very hard for the past month. It's an educational segment, and I think it really needs to come out. It really needs to be heard. The title of the segment is going to be Consent for Show, Violations for Real. It's going to be about violating consent in a different angle. Not physical, but violating someone's consent by sharing their history and their stories. That's going to be coming up next week. I'm not going to give too much away from that, but it's something I'm going to have to really put like a full emotional battery into and record over the next week. And I really put a lot of time into this, and I really hope that people listen to it. I hope that people take it to heart. And I hope that it educates people on something that's not normally discussed when it comes to consent. And it's going to be very special. It's going to be very emotional. And I hope I can deliver it the way I want to. So please stay tuned next week for that. Also, the Valentine's Day, Jeff and Susie. We're going to get some more games upcoming, some more interviews. So the past, not year, but so far 2026 has been going really well for Sammy. Between parties, between new connections, between upcoming stuff, I'm in a really good headspace. And I'm really, for the first time in a long time, like, enjoying life. Like, truly. And of course, disclosure, mental health is very important. Self-care is very important. If you ever feel not okay, it's very important to seek help, seek treatment, reach out. I feel like that should be a banner everywhere. And especially for men, for macho guys, I know it's a stigma. Asking for help is weak. It's lame. No. It doesn't matter if you're a man. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're a they, if you're a them. If you're not in a good place, you deserve to be in a good place. You deserve to be happy. And I will always, always encourage you to please seek help. Reach out to people. Do what you have to do because you are worth it. You deserve it. So, little emotional tangent. I know, this whole 1 year anniversary and everything just, it got to me. Okay, now I'm rambling. Really, I'm rambling. I said I want to talk, and now I'm rambling. All right. So, more stuff. I really didn't have a game this week. I didn't have a Would You Rather. You know what? In honor of the 1 year anniversary, I think it's absolutely appropriate. What is it? I'd be remiss if we didn't do some classics, people. So in celebration of the 1 year anniversary of the show, we're going to rewind. And you know what? I'm going to reintroduce myself. So it's been a hot minute, and there's a lot of new fans to the show. So in honor of the 1 year anniversary of the show, I am going to play Foreplay. The gasp, the audacity. What? This can't be done. Why do I always default to a French voice? I need to look into that. Anyways, so Sammy switches Foreplay. Favorite pizza topping combo. Okay, this has not changed. My classic go-to is always going to be cheese and sausage. It's what I grew up on. It's my go-to. But if we want to church it up, if you want to get a little fancy, sausage, onion, green pepper, garlic, well done, extra sauce, the Chicago special. It's chef's kiss. Mwah. So good, so good. And yes, this is all, normally I just go with tavern style or, just Nothing fancy. The deep dish, I respect it. It is a hearty meal. And yeah, I'd tavern style. And my favorite go-to, like even delivery pizza, is fucking Domino's. Fight me. Domino's, you're going to get a shout out. Just like Wendy's. Domino's and Wendy's, they fuel the Suburban Slut podcast and my sluttery. So that's my favorite pizza topping combo. The hottest thing anyone ever said to you. This one's hard. I'm gonna throw in the classic, but I'm also gonna throw in one I was recently told that you will be hearing soon on the show. The classic one was with a couple that we were with, and the husband had said, "My God, your shoulders look really good while you fuck my wife." And just the whole, you look good while fucking my wife, it hit so hard. And the shoulders, because I'm trying my shoulders and just to keep them looking good, to keep them looking, sexy. So that was my OG, my newest one, because it's a new year. This gets updated. New things get said. Of course, Susie from Jeff and Susie had told me mid-encounter, she whispered to me, "I've been waiting to fuck you ever since I saw you tonight." Brain melt butter, brain butter, 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 butter. Yeah, that was a first, being told that. And yeah, so that's right up there with hottest thing ever said to me. Abso-fucking-lutely. Susie, you know this. I've told you this, and you're probably listening, so thank you, thank you. All right, now 3 sexy wishes. Oof. I honestly don't remember what I said for my first 3 sexy wishes. Don't remember. I'm sure one of them was a reset button. So like every time I come, after like a minute or two, I can hit a little button, boop, and I'm resetted. I'm good to go. It's kind of like instant erections. You hit a button, good to go. One that some people have said recently on the show, I'm going to also say, is I wish I could be kind of like a succubus, but like a person that can morph. So like if you wanted a busty transsexual with a 9-inch penis, I could be that. If you want a cute little femboy that's hairless, I can be that. I would morph into whatever you want for that moment. Because I'm very about giving, and I'm very about making my partners happy. That would be something I would love to be able to do. So, instant reset, morphine. And third one, fuck, that's hard. I was not prepared for 3. Because again, I was just sitting here thinking what we can do for the anniversary. I'm like, oh, we'll do a reintroduction. I think my third sexy wish is that I could really make people see themselves the way I see them. It's happened so many times when I tell someone like, my God, you are fucking beautiful. You are gorgeous. And a lot of times I hear from people saying, I don't see myself that way. I don't feel that way, but thank you. I wish like I could whisper that and it would empower them to feel that way and to hear those words and really own it and be like, yeah, you know what? I do fucking look good. Yeah, I am pretty sexy. Thank you. I do. So that would be my third wish, is to help people embrace that part of themselves and really feel it. And oh boy. And the last thing I came to, people. So I've been kind of like on a masturbation hiatus. I'd much rather wait until physical interactions at this point. It's this weird phase I'm in. It's not that I'm not horny. I'm very, very turned on, very horny. I almost rather just wait to be with someone to release. So it's this weird kind of like meta brain thing I'm doing right now. I kind of just came up with. So yeah, the last thing I came to, that's going to be Susie from Boys Town West. They very specifically told me to pin them down and to breed them, and memories tingle tingle. Yes. So that was the last thing I came to. And it was very, very, very lovely. Oh, boy. All right. Where we at? Okay. Yeah, we're doing the show. So that's my foreplay. That's my reintroduction. And of course, now to throw it back even a little further, the good old segment of Would You Rather, which I really need to incorporate this more into guest interviews. And I think I'm going to start working on that because it's fun. And I really like having more interactive conversations with guests of the show. So for me, I'm going to pull up the list, which I'm doing right now. We're just going to jump. Oh, there it is. I said it. We're going to jump into it. Take a shot. Take a hit. Touch yourself. Pinch your nipples. Okay, so I'm going to just grab 3. Tell me when to stop and stop. All right. This is a laundry list of would you rathers I have. And I'm just going to jump. God damn it. I literally just said I'm saying it. I'm just going to dive into it. Would you rather smell like sex all the time, or would you rather smell like cum all the time? Huh. Those are different smells. Very, very different. I think people are more open to the smell of sex, but you know what? I'm going to be a little different. I think it would be hot to smell like cum, because someone walks by you and you get that whiff like, ooh, what did they do? That person just had sex, or that person just did something naughty. And it's like, I think that's more of an intriguing scent. Now, if I had a candle that smelled like sex, absolutely. But if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to want to smell like cum. That's my honest answer there. All right. And next up, we have, would you rather have sex in an extremely haunted place or have sex in an extremely dirty place? Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Because there is the allure of just like filthy truck stop bathroom, and you're just, it's dirty, but you need it so bad you don't give a fuck. Compared to a haunted place where, oh, there may be monsters in here or ghosts. Like, that's how I take it. Like, haunted is for real, but also like, oh, there could be a scary killer. I don't know. Yeah, I do know. I would actually go with the dirty place because it's more raw. It's more, I need you. I don't care where we go. I need you right fucking now. That's why I would pick dirty place over haunted place, but respect to haunted place because that is on my bucket list. And last one, let's see. We're going to stop right here. Oh, okay. Would you rather have sex with a hot celebrity but never get to see their face and body, or have the greatest meal of your life and immediately throw up? Ooh, because I do like food. I do love steak, but I mean, it's a hot celebrity so you don't get to see them. But I mean, it's them. It's their body. It's their everything. It would suck not being able to see them and take selfies and all that. But if you have a good meal, these are very close together, people, because if you have a good meal and throw it up right away, well, you're almost sad. No, I think that's a deeper sadness because let's say you have the greatest steak of your life. It's perfectly cooked. Amazing sides with said steak. Honey butter from Texas Roadhouse up on that steak. Rolls and God, okay. I'm getting horny from talking about food. Clearly I need to eat. You can eat all that and then throw it up. And it's just kind of like, oh, because it's that sadness that you enjoyed it so much. Where the sex with the celebrity, like if I had sex with fucking Mila Jovovich, okay, I didn't see her, but I sure as fuck still fucked her. Yeah, I'm going to go with celebrity on that one. And Mila, I mean, if you're a fan of the show, please reach out, suburbansubpodcast@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. So this week's show is full of a lot of edits. I did not have a outline. I just kind of son of a bitch. I was going to say jumped in. No, I just kind of sat down and I'm like, Susan is the star of this episode. Again, go back and re-listen. you'll see why. And yeah, I'm thankful for Susan. I'm thankful for the anniversary. And thankful to reintroduce myself. Sammy Switch, pansexual, feral, queer delight at your service. So again, next week, stay tuned for Valentine's Day. Stay tuned for consent. Stay tuned for clicks. Stay tuned for more creator crushes. Just stay tuned. There's so much coming up in the next few months. We're going fucking hard, and we're gonna, like they said, all gas, no brakes. All right, so make sure to check all the links in the podcast episode description. Make sure to give shout outs to Wendy's, to Texas Roadhouse, to Lovense, Exotica. Yeah, those are going to be we talked about them on the show, so go show them some love on Instagram and Twitter. But sadly, guys, girls, theys, thems, you know what's coming. You've been around. You know what we have to do. I know, I'm so sorry. But just like that, my sweet slutties, our night together has come to an end. Make sure you have all your things before you head out, and text me when you get home safe. But don't you worry. Come back anytime. I will leave a light on for you, and maybe even the door unlocked. Remember, pleasure is personal, consent is sexy, and curiosity still keeps it fun. Stay safe and stay slutty. Love ya.
What if lingerie wasn't about who sees it, but how it makes you feel? T-Duke invites you to step into your power, to slip into something that doesn't hide you, it highlights you. Lingerie isn't just lace and straps, it's confidence you can feel against your skin. It's permission to embrace your body, your desire, your charm. T-Duke believes confidence starts from within. With their signature message, "You are the origin of the charm," lingerie becomes armor, not to protect you from the world, but to help you show up unapologetically in it. This Valentine's season, we're celebrating self-expression, intimacy, and the bold magic that happens when you dress for yourself. Try on T-Duke's Valentine's Day special, the Leora set. Share your glow on social media and tag at T-Duke Official to co-create the moment. Because sexy isn't something you perform, it's something you own. T-Duke, wear your confidence.
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.